Hey, what's up? It's Dan McDonald, and I'm here with the infamous Tavis Bradley, Superman. And I want to be honest with you. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. But you know what? We always start the videos out like that, and awesome stuff comes out, dude. The thing about Tavis and I is we're both committed to transformation, illumination, transcendence, as well as freedom in the highest sense. And we, I do believe, are working on that personally, if you could say that. And we also want to do a good job at helping people to continue to progress and move in that direction towards freedom. So Tavis, what does freedom look like to you?
What does it look like to me?
Yeah.
Wow. I think that, wow,
That's a vague question, huh? Okay, I'll be more specific. You work with people all the time. You've got people, you've got some clients right now. These clients are looking for some type of freedom. Some of them is like nutritional freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Some is freedom from disease. And I imagine some of them are looking for more of a spiritual freedom, right? So do you work with people individually and specifically?
Sure, yeah. Freedom is, I think it's an individual thing, and it's also like I told you, as far as your truth, there's your personal truth, and then there's like the greater truths that are the laws of cause and effect, that, you don't have a choice in whether it's true for you or not, because it's the law. And then there's your personal truth of what you choose to be true for you. So I think with freedom, it's the same thing, like where you create your boundaries is up to you. Some people that live in this world, we're raised in the system and we're domesticated and we grew up in this structure, so we want freedom and we seek freedom, but we seek freedom to a certain extent and then it ends there. So it's like we have a comfort zone and then we have, so I think freedom changes according to breaking through comfort zones, and it changes according to being aware of new insights, and as you expand your awareness and consciousness. So it's always different for everybody.
It's always, freedom is always the next step of lightness into maybe less ballast, I call it sometimes. And you think, I just need to be free from this debt. Well then, once you've worked 14 years to get free from a huge debt, now you're debt free and the money's coming in really good because you've created kind of a trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
And now you may work on another level of freedom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So we can have this, so freedom continues to be a process, sounds like. And that would be, I mean, I've never heard myself say this or think that, I've never thought that before, but I'm beginning to, I would have to say that I agree with what I've experienced so far, is that each time I have a breakthrough, it's like a little relief for a day or a week or a month or maybe even a year of really good, you having a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually your soul will probably call to you that next level of work. Like, do you believe that all souls want to evolve?
Sure. I think it's our nature to want the next thing and to want to reach the next peak, of awareness. But we stunt ourselves according to our comfort zones and also fears. Comfort, fear, it all goes together. So I think that we all have we have ideals and we like ideas, but when it comes down to changing to reach that point is where I think the difference is between someone who's ripe and ready to reach the next step, and those who are still in the ideal phase of liking the idea of it. So,
Right, like idealizing freedom, but not really ready to actually do some of the hard work.
Breakthrough, yeah.
Right, breaking through things that may have been shackling us for quite a long time, and then processing through that, like creating a breakthrough. It takes the warrior spirit, in my experience, you know, to really want to desire, like conditions will be put in front of you. Like let's say you want to improve your relationship with your wife. It means so much to you, but you've got all these old hang-ups and all these you know, old ways of seeing things that just aren't working. Or you're going to have to go to some workshops, and you're going to have to read some books, and you're going to have to talk to other men that are having successful relationships with their wives. But then you're going to actually have to apply that information. And that's the key. That's where the winner wins, and the guy who's not a winner does not win, is putting that new knowledge into place. And at first, it's kind of like walking through 3 feet of mud. But then pretty soon the mud gets thinner and thinner, and then after that it's a habit and it's nothing. It's kind of like the raw foods thing for me. It's like at first it was like so many fits and starts and so many stops at IHOPs and Denny's, but now it isn't even, I can be anywhere, anytime and stay 100% raw. It's easy because I did the work. So that's what I want to encourage people to do as they're working towards freedom, which is what this video is about now. Because you're helping, whenever we help people and serve them in this way, we're wanting them to get to another level of freedom in their being, so that they're lighter and fresher and freer and more present. You know, pain, in my experience, pain takes us away from the ability to be present. You know? So we're trying to relinquish pain on so many levels. So there may be necessary for you to change the way you see things, and some of the choices that you've made if things aren't working for you. So I want to encourage people to do the work, and I know how hard it is. There's no doubt about that, but it is worth it. You are worth it. Your life is worth it. Your relationships are worth it. And you actualizing your deepest vision is worth the work. And then the work actually becomes fun. And you start to really love that, okay, what's next? And if you have too much of an easy season, you're like, something ain't right here. Come on, you know, give me something here. I need a challenge, you know? So you can go from that place where you absolutely detest any kind of challenge or any kind of hard work at all. As soon as the hard work comes up, you're like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving this relationship. I'm leaving this job. I'm quitting this project. Or you can be the type of person that's really gets invigorated by personal growth, and it gets easier and easier to continue to walk through that mud, you know. And then you're like, okay, you go up, and then the mud dries up, and you walk easy for a while. But then here comes your next thing, and you're like, okay, sunk right back down into 4 feet of mud, trudging through this new thing, knowing that you'll be flying free pretty soon. Wow. So see how when you share, I get inspired, and you bring out the best in me. And that's why I love making videos with Tavis, because his presence brings out the best in me. And he's helped me a lot with so many things, and I really appreciate him. I know that he can, when he brings out the best in me, I'm more of the talker type. He's got that real Buddha nature and a true deep wisdom that I really appreciate and respect. So I'm so glad that you're my friend, bro. Thank you. Well, I'm here to help change the world by being who I am. It's like, you know, like you're crazy, right? Like I'm crazy. Like I'm sitting here with Tavis. I'm interviewing him, and I've done, you know, 8/9 of the talking. But we know we both know that that's actually exactly how it's supposed to be. We've talked about this many times, you know. And I'm crazy, and that's what makes me so great at what I do. So if you're nuts with your thing, you got to do your thing, and no one can do it like you. You might be the quiet type that just sits back and supportive, or you might be out there in the front like I am, always just going crazy, talking away and saying all kinds of stuff. It just channels through me, and it's the highlight of my day. So, you know, really learning to be authentic instead of like I would say, whoa, you talk the whole time, dude, and all this stuff. But it just kept coming, you know, and so I don't have to judge myself. I can just accept myself, and it's taken me a long time to do that. But then I say to myself, well, you're the life generator on YouTube, and if you weren't exactly the way you are, you'd never be able to do that. You know? So be yourself, and then you'll be free. Ha ha, right on. See, we figured it out, dude.
Quick cure.
Quick cure. Anything you want to say to those people? They really love you, Tavis. They really love you, man.
I don't know what else to say without starting a whole new topic, you know. I love you guys too, and I look forward to doing more videos with you and continuing to share and opening new realms and new doorways and continuing to share our own growth with everybody else, you know, not keeping it to ourselves. So.
Yeah, which is, you know, you've encouraged me to, because I've been going through it with this, producing my own breakthrough. And you were just like, you know, the vulnerability is what's going to help people. And then I decided, okay, I'll make a video when I'm down, but the problem is I haven't had a bad day since then.
Yeah, it's one of those things you got to do it while you're in it.
Yeah, well, I just, you know, with the YouTube and everything being what it is, part of you is thinking I have a professional career here, but then part of you is like, you know what, at the soul level, I need to be that vulnerability. So the next time I'm having a bad day, I'll get up here and make a video, and it's so hard to be me. Not like that, but just tell you about what's been going on. But just, I've had a breakthrough, a major breakthrough, learning so much. I have such great friends, Reiki Rob, Tavis, my wonderful assistant here, the camera lady here is rocking it for us, and we're gonna just continue to grow. That's what we're here to do. So, thank you everybody for watching this video, and if you want, you can give it a thumbs up. But yeah, and so let's sum it up: to be free, be yourself, and that's just letting down the walls. And I've been doing that, and I've been making friends so fast because I don't have to hide anymore. Because there was so much perceived pain. I've been working with that little child, like you suggest, and telling that little child, you know, just trying to explain to it, to give it some context of why things did happen the way they happened, and how it's actually been a real great blessing. And then that little child inside is like, oh, okay, so you mean I don't have to be hurt or scared anymore? So, you know, Mom did that for that reason, Dad did that for that reason. Oh, it makes sense. Okay, cool, let's go play now. So Reiki Rob blesses me with the trust, which I have, and you're going to meet Reiki Rob in a video here, because he does this great work on me, and it's really helping me. But it was the playfulness, and that's next for me. I've been pretty rigid, and so now it's the playfulness. So I hope that something that came through this video uplifted you and gave you hope, inspired you, and maybe transformed you and gave you some inspiration and courage. Because courage is that, then the inspiration of the heart, then the focusing of the mind, and the willingness to do the work. Because, you know, you're like a flower that is just waiting to burst open with a great fragrance, beautiful petals, and the bees and the insects and the people with the eyes to see that beauty. Or we're just waiting to see you blossom into your fullness. So let's all grow together. We are one. That is a statistical, scientific fact. And one of these days when I've got the equipment, I'm going to prove it. So far we don't have the technology, but so you just have to go on faith for now. Faith. Never lose that, baby. We're going to get out of here because you know how I could do it forever and ever and ever. But this is my time, and God, I feel God is coming through me. So thank you, Tavis, for holding the space, and thank you for being here. Peace.